بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أهلا وسهلا بحضراتكم في مركز الإبداع التكنولوجي وريادة الأعمال. احنا النهاردة سعداء بوجود حضراتكم معانا في المؤتمر رقم 2 الخاص بمومو. موبايل مانداي بدأ تاريخيا في فنلندا لما كانت فكرة الموبايل واستخدام الموبايل فكرة لسه جديدة، وكانت الناس بدأت انها تجتمع علشان تعرف ازاي انها تبني على الفرصة دي وعلى التقنيات اللي اصبحت متاحة. وبعدين اذ فجأة كده اكتشفوا انهم بيتقابلوا كل اتنين، فراحوا مسمينه موبايل مانداي. وبعد كده مع ان احنا عارفين طبعا ان البداية من فنلندا لوجود نوكيا هناك، وبعد كده لما ازدادت أهمية هذا الموضوع وانتشرت التقنيات الخاصة بالموبايل، أصبح لمومو شابترز في العالم كله. واحنا سعداء ان مصر هي الشابتر بتاعها هو مركز الإبداع التكنولوجي. بدأنا من سنة 2011، وفي 2011 عملنا حدثين. الحدث الأولاني كان خاص بالموبايل ومشاكل المياه، والحدث الثاني كان خاص بالموبايل والصحة. احنا النهارده بيشرفنا بالحضور لوري. Thank you Lauri for coming from Finland, arriving to Cairo 3:30 a.m. this morning. Lauri is an entrepreneur who has great experience and stories to tell us about education and mobile. We agreed with Lauri that the language of the event will be in Arabic because the presentations and the slides will be in English. But I just wanted to thank you for coming so much and for staying with us today. Thank you. من غير الدخول بقى في رغي كتير، انا بس حبيت انا سعيده جدا ان في بعض الوجوه الجديده لاول مره نشوفها في هذا الايفنت. فانا بس حبيت اقول ان مركز الابداع التكنولوجي هو بيجري ورا اصحاب الافكار، واصحاب الافكار دول قد يكونوا هم لسه طلبه في الكليه، وقد يكونوا ناس اتخرجوا من الكليه، وقد يكونوا ناس بيشتغلوا في البرايفت بيزنس لكن قرروا انهم يدخلوا التجربه وياخدوا فكره ان يكون عندهم عملهم الخاص وفكرتهم اللي هم يبنوا عليها. ولذلك المركز عندنا حتى من جوه متقسم في كل مجموعه بتجري ورا نوع من اصحاب الافكار. ففي عندنا مجموعه بتشتغل مع اصحاب الافكار في الجامعات. الدكتوره داليا جمال موجوده ورا، ممكن داليا ترفع ايدك عشان الناس تتعرف عليكي في النتوركينج. فدكتوره داليا جمال هي اللي بتشتغل مع الطلبه في الجامعه ازاي بتساعدهم ان مشروعات التخرج والافكار اللي طالعه منها تكون افكار بتفيد المجتمع وبتفيدهم، وافكار مش تقليديه، وبتوظف التقنيات الحديثه، وبتساعدهم كمان بالتدريب التقني اللي يخليهم وهم داخلين على مشروع التخرج مش مشكلتهم نتعلم اندرويد ولا نتعلم ايه بالظبط، بقدر ما هي الفكره ايه. الفكره لما بتطلع من الجامعه الولاد اللي بيتخرجوا بيكون صحيح عندهم بروتوتايب جميل جدا لكن احنا مش عارفين يعملوا بيه ايه. ومن هنا بتيجي دور المهندسه رشا طنطاوي. والمهندسه رشا طنطاوي هي اللي ماسكه اليونت بتاعه الاكسلريشن، وبتكون مهمتها انها تاخد اصحاب الافكار دول وتساعدهم من خلال البيزنس تريننج والسبورت والمنتورنج، بالاضافه للتكنولوجي سبورت، عشان خلال 3 شهور دي فتره الاكسلريشن يقدروا يطلعوا بسوليد بزنس بلان، بالاضافه الى ان البروتوتايب بتاعهم يكون اكتمل الى حد كبير. بيجي بعد كده المرحله الثالثه، وهي ان الناس اللي بقى عندهم بروتوتايب وبزنس بلان وعايزين يبداوا بقى فعلا في شركتهم، وده الفريق الخاص بالحاضنات التكنولوجيه اللي ماسكاه استاذه لميا الرشيدي، اعتقد مش موجوده، ممكن نجيبها في النتوركينج. ولميا بتكون هي اليونت مانجر بتاع الانكيوبيشن، واللي من خلال البيزنس بلان كومبيتيشن بتقدر انها تحتضن الفرق دي. الحاضنات موجوده، الاساس موجود هنا في مركز الابداع، لكن في عندنا حاضنات برضو في اسيوط، وفي حاضنات في هندسه القاهره. فده ببساطه شديده جدا مركز الابداع. حابه ان انا اقول ان النهارده لما هنيجي نتكلم على الموبايل والتعليم، المهندس وائل فخراني عمل الاسبوع اللي قبل اللي فات ندوه عرض فيها تقرير مع اسمه Egypt at Crossroad. والحقيقه دايما احنا يعني جوجل بتبقى دايما سابقانا بخطوه، وبتبقى بتفكر هو الناس هتروح فين عشان احنا نجهز نفسنا ونروح قبليهم ونبقى جاهزين لهم. فالحقيقه التقرير ده يعني من الحاجات اللي انا طبعا يعني اتس جوجل ريبورت، لكن من الحاجات اللي كانت فيري اتراكتيف فيه كانت هو مصر بقى فيها كم مستخدم للانترنت. العدد المكتوب هو 31 مليون مستخدم للانترنت، و45% منهم بيوصلوا على الانترنت من خلال الموبايل. فالحقيقه يعني الفكره بتاعت انه بنتكلم على اراوند 14 مليون شخص بيوصل على الانترنت من خلال الموبايل، ده معناها بالنسبه لينا احنا كجهات حكوميه ان احنا نسال نفسنا طب هو احنا بنعمل ايه علشان نجهز الانفراستراكشر، علشان نجهز القوانين، علشان نساعد في ان الناس دي تقدر انها تتفاعل مع الانترنت بشكل احسن، وتقدر انها توصل لانتاجيه اكتر، او انها توصل للخدمات اللي هي عايزاها، او حتى خدمه بشكل افضل من اللي هي كانت متعوده عليه. وكذلك دي فرصه ذهبيه لرواد الاعمال والشركات، ايه البيزنس اللي هي ممكن تطلع بيه من هذا الموضوع. وكذلك بالنسبه للشركات العالميه، يعني واعتقد هو ده كان ما وراء يعني جوجل بتعمل كده، لانها بتسال نفسها انا ازاي يكون عندي البلاتفورمز الجاهزه والديفايسز والتولز اللي انا اسبورت بيها الديفلوبرز بتوعي اللي يقدروا انهم يحولوا يترانسفورم الاوبورتيونيتي دي انتو نيو بزنس. فاحنا النهارده يعني بنحاول من خلال السيشنز المختلفه ان احنا نتعرض للموضوع ده، سواء كان في السيشن اللي في الاول من خلال بانل ديسكشن والخبرات المختلفه ان شاء الله اللي هتشارك، او من خلال التكنولوجي سيشنز اللي هتكون بعد البريك، اللي كل تكنولوجي بروفايدر جاي يقول هو انا عندي ايه في هذا المجال ممكن اساعد بيه المطورين والشركات عشان يطلعوا الخدمات الجديده والتطبيقات الجديده. انا هترك الميكروفون لزميلتي رشا طنطاوي هتتكلم. اتفضل اتفضلي.
Thank you سالي. صباح الخير. شرفتونا ونورتونا بجد. For me this is a very happy day because finally we've got another momo going on, and the accelerator is taking its second intake. ده هيبتدي في جانوري، وهنخرج الانتيك الاولاني، فدي كلها حاجات حلوه جدا بالنسبه لنا. الحاجه كمان الحلوه ان احنا النهارده هنتكلم على الموبايل ليرنينج، وانا شايفه ان الاديوكيشن از ا فيري امبورتنت ثيم في مصر الفتره الجايه، واللي امبورتنت كمان الموبايل ليرنينج. وانا عايزه المره دي ان انا هلخص لكم اللي احنا هنقوله النهارده كله في 3 دقائق بالظبط. انا شايفه ان هي هتكون زي رود تريب، هناخدكم النهارده في رحله. الرحله دي هيكون فيها اجزاء كتير. اوكي، الجزء الاولاني ان احنا هنقعد نسمع كلام زي كلمه ايفون واندرويد. احنا كل ده احنا بنتكلم لما تسمع الكلمه دي احنا we're choosing the kind of transportation، احنا لسه we're not defining the journey. هنسمع حاجه زي ال VLE Virtual Learning Environment is with mobile phones, but again this is just a discussion about different routes that we can take. It's mobile learning is a lot more interesting than this. Okay. هنشوف ال needs بتاعت ال learning، وكمان هنشوف ال learners preferences. Okay. بس في الاخر عايزاكم تبقوا فاكرين حاجه كويسه جدا، ان كل ده برضو it's broader than just courses على الموبايل. Mobile learning is a lot more than that. It's about e-learning, mobile learning and technologies. And finally, you're going to be a traveler. I hope you enjoy this trip with us today. I hope it's انها ما تكونش trip مرهقه عليكم، و I hope ان احنا بعد التريب دي نلاقي all of you عاملين لنا applications كتير على الموبايل to do with mobile learning، عشان ساعتها احنا مستعدين تماما ان احنا ناخدكم في الاكسلريتور incubator and to invest some money in you. Thank you very much. Enjoy your trip. We're going to start with our keynote speaker from Finland, Mr. Lori. He's an all-time entrepreneur in tech, and I would it would be very interesting to hear about his story and also his startup, his current startup, Sumo Paint, correct?
Yes.
Right? It's very creative. I hope all of you can go into the break and look at the website. It's amazing. And today he will be telling us about mobile learning. But in the networking session, we want to ask him a lot of questions about startups and how he got your startup going. Okay? All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Hi everyone. My name is Lauri Koutaniemi, and I'm really happy to be here in Giza to talk about the future of mobile learning. I just came here to Cairo about a few hours ago. I got a few hours of sleep, and but I was just smiling the whole trip here. It's great. It's warm here. It's 20 degrees. I'm from Finland. My hometown in Kuusamo. It's cold, really. No, in Finland, in my hometown, it's now -30. So there's a 50 degree. Okay, yeah, but I'm enjoying it. And yeah, so I'm here to talk about the future of mobile learning. I've been working with mobile learning and e-learning about 10 years. I've participated about 4 to 5 large projects, mostly European Union projects. I've led the engineering and development, and I've also built a few online-based cloud applications. Yeah, so first of all, I would like to point out the key points about mobile learning. So these first 3 points are basically the same. So if you have a mobile device and you have access to all teaching material with it, you can learn wherever and whenever you want. And that's huge if you think about it. If you have a device that you can access all the courses, you can access all the tasks, you can access all relevant information about what you're studying. You can do it at school, you can do it at home. And the thing is that it's not just a mobile device that you can learn and read the teaching material. We have the internet is full of information. We have cloud storage. We have cloud apps. We have multimedia resources. We have social media. We have games. So there's endless opportunities to boost learning with mobile devices. So this sounds really good. So we have the technology, we have applications already online, we have files already in the cloud. So why are we not using it more? Why is it like that we are still not using it in schools that much? I think that the biggest reason is there's so many different kind of applications. There's so many different kind of services that we are providing. I have personally coded 2 e-learning platforms from the scratch. I've been developing e-learning games and e-learning engines. So it's really difficult to find specific applications for your needs. And not just applications, it's also about the content. If you think, for example, you need to find something from biology or about some language, where do you go? You go to Google, you go to Wikipedia. There's no online service that you can find information for courses, for the things that you study. There's so much information, but it's really difficult to find. The solutions are also device dependent, and but the biggest thing is that there's so many restrictions for teaching material rights, because publishers they own the books, they sell the books for schools. All countries have their own methods for learning. They all have their own material. And so who owns the information? Who owns the information? Why? I think the information should be free and it should be possible for everyone to reach. So I think these are the key challenges why mobile learning is not growing that fast that it could. So my opinion is that mobile learning should be more simple, it should be more open, it should be more social and personal. Okay, let's go through these 4 key points. So first of all, simple. What I mean with simple is that it should be that simple that going to Google and find something from the internet or using Wikipedia. It should be easy and fast to access any kind of information. There should be just a search box. You put Giza and you will get the information that you need for that. Easier tools for creating content. I've been doing online apps now for a few years, and our latest application, Sumo Paint, it has reached about 30 million users worldwide, and the latest iPad version already have about 300,000 downloads. But the thing is that we wanted to make online drawing and being creative as easy as it can be. So creating content, I mean not just the teaching material with teachers, but with students, doing presentations, doing documents, doing essays. It should be that easy. You don't need to learn how to use Microsoft Word or, okay, Google Docs. I think it's a great application and it's online, but it should be even easier. Simple ways to share for others. So when you do content, you want to share it. You need to share it for teacher, for your classmates. You might have a group work that you are working with your colleagues. So really simple way to share for others. Drag and drop it to the circles, drag and drop it to the teacher. Simple usage rights, for example, just to have a private group and public, private settings, and of course also to get some feedback from others. So you can publish your content, so you can get feedback and make it better. Structured data with templates. What I mean with this, that there's so much information that we did this one e-learning platform in Finland about 2 years ago, and we noticed that if the structure of the document is pretty much the same, it's much easier to learn, because you know that there's text, there's images, there's links over here. So if you just find anything from the internet, you need to use a lot of time finding the things that you want to find. For example, linking the resources together, I think it's really important that it works the same way. So we would have an environment that works in the same way. Mobile learning should be more open. What this means is that you can publish any kind of material to others, so there's no restrictions about the rights of the teaching materials. So you are expanding these resources for anyone others to use. If you do a presentation, if you are a teacher, you make a great slide for some course, you can share it to other teachers, for your school, for other schools, for other countries even. If somebody here in Egypt creates a great course material for mathematics or algorithms, for example, somebody in Finland can use that as a base and then make his own or her own version of it. My opinion, both. That it should be information should be free. I know this is a lot to say, but for me the perfect world would be that we all have equal possibilities to learn. If you think about it, that the publishers doesn't own the information. The information is there. They didn't invent biology, or they didn't invent mathematics, or they own the books and the rights for the content. But still, I think in a perfect world we should go there that we would get a really quality content that we can share to others and make it better. Yes. Can you repeat? I didn't hear. Yeah, that too, as well. I think if we think about, for example, Wikipedia, how it's free to use, there's people who is working together to make it better. They are expanding the resources, the material, and all the pages inside Wikipedia together, and they get the gigs that they are making the world a better place or sharing information. So I think that kind of attitude, and because it can be possible. We have, if you think about all the teachers, great teachers that we have, and they have this material that they are using in their classrooms for 50 years. They're teaching kids, and then when they retire, they take their material away, and there's a new teacher coming. Why not to share that information and knowledge to everyone? Mobile learning should be more social. Possible to comment and get feedback. This is really important. It's if you can work with other students. Of course, the mobile device is not the answer. You still need to communicate without devices as well. But still, when you're doing, for example, some tasks, you're doing presentations, you can share, for example, already drafts to your to other students or teachers. And also, I think it's a great thing that if you are collaborating with other schools, other cultures. I've been working in Finland in many projects and also in past years in Singapore. I've been talking with the Ministry of Education there, and I got a grant from IDA for creating this kind of online-based apps and e-learning platform. And both ministries, when I've been talking with this kind of cooperation that Singapore and Finland can work together in this beta phase and really get feedback and see how it goes. But the idea that kids can also create friends, new friends from other cultures, they can get feedback from other students from other countries. I think that's really cool. And I think this one is the most important one. So mobile learning should be personal. We all are different. We all learn differently. We all have different backgrounds. We all have different methods how we like to learn. So recognizing needs and existing knowledge, being able to personalize, to being able to give access to all interesting material, interesting topics. If you think about it, if we have an environment, online environment that, for example, all the schools are using, and you have a lot of information that somebody who is interested of some other topics that they are not, for example, studying in their school, you can still access that information. You can still learn if you want to learn. So, like I mentioned, I've been doing these projects for past 10 years. I've been first I started with e-learning games. We created games for schools that students worked together in 4-player groups. They had a task. For example, one task was security when you work. So they had 3D avatars. They were walking in a 3D world and chatting with each other. They had headphones, so they also talked. And it was a 30-minute game, and they needed to work together. And the results were amazing, really. The kids loved it. They learned really well with the games. If you think about it, schools and teachers think all the time, how can they motivate children to learn or students to learn? And then home parents think all the time, how can we get our children away from the computer? They're playing Angry Birds again and other games. So if we can combine these, we can make addictive games, learning games that we can really learn new things. And it's much more efficient. If you work with a group, you get these problems that you solve together. You will remember that the rest of your life. And platforms, I can show you a couple of platforms that I've done. So I will show a couple of demos. We have been integrating content creation tools and tasks and game engines. These are more like test projects for me. I think all these, we have been learning a lot. Now I feel that the end result or this environment for students would be much more simpler than any of these. But still, I would like to show them to you. And tasks, we did these smart moves engines for one publisher in Finland, and there was 20 different engines that could be used for different subjects. They use it for teaching English. There was Hangman. There was a question and you needed to give a letter. There was a quiz. There was connect words and stuff like that. But it was really good because it was we did engines that can be used for several different subjects, and it's easy to customize just with some parameters, and teachers can create these tasks themselves. And applications like Sumo Paint. We've also done a vector-based application called Sumo Draw. We have now done the tablet and mobile versions for Sumo Paint. I used to work there full time. Now I'm just owner and advisor. I want to focus on e-learning, so I'm working full time now with e-learning and doing my next e-learning platform. I hope I will launch it soon. So I will show the demo. Maybe first of all, I would like to show Sumo Paint. We first started with the community. We wanted to build a tool that works in a browser. It was done with the Flash technology. Now we decided to go with C# and C++ for Android and iOS, so using the native languages there. But for the web experience, it's a Flash-based application, so it should work with over 90% of the computers. And I can show it here, just try for free. So it's a free application. We currently have about, I think, 3 million images that our community have created with Sumo Paint. The resolution is a little bit small, so let's see what I can do with this. But it's a really simple application, so it looks like Photoshop. That's true. There's tools, there's color palettes, there's adjustments. You can, for example, open any photo that you have taken with your digital camera and edit it. There's some filters. And we have added some funny, crazy stuff like gravitation. We have scattering, we have symmetry. Let's try with these. Let's go, for example, with this figure. Let's select the red one. So if you have a gravitation and symmetry, you can make symmetric shapes with it. So kids love to play with it, do different kind of drawings with it. But it's also an image editor, and it all works in a browser. You don't need to install anything. So this is one example of a cloud-based app. So what we did, we integrated this application also to our it wasn't saved, so it gives me a warning that do you really want to go away. So this is a little bit older stuff. We did this project about few years ago. We created a really simple presentation tool. This is in Finnish. I can change the language. I think there's should be also. Let me see. There's Japan. There's Arabic. Let's go with the English one. And there's still some applications are not translated in all the languages. I think this one is it's still in Finnish because this is in use in Finnish schools. But it's pretty simple. You can just you can go and open any kind of document from here that are public. These are pretty simple documents usually. You can edit text, you have the margins. It looks really simple, and it is really simple, but it's good enough for the students. They don't need, they want to make a presentation and show it in front of class. They can add videos, they can add MP3s, they can add, let me see if I have some examples. I think it was, for example, this one. No, I think it's this one. Yeah. So one teacher made this video about using this device that we have an image there. Let's see if the internet connection starts loading the video. We should have some kind of thumbnail that it's loading, but and we also have, you can have a presentation of it, you can print it, you can add elements, you can add different kind of styles. We have a material library that people can publish their images and documents. For example, I think I downloaded one picture of pyramids here. No, not with the Giza. Let me see, maybe I need to log in because it might be private. So I will go with my username and password. Like this. And then if I look again, Giza, yeah, I have it. So I can just drag and drop it and then adjust the image. So it's really, really, really simple to use. If I want to create a new document, it asks just the document name. There's some templates. I can put Giza. And then when I take the title, it automatically says that maybe it's the same title. Also, we integrated Sumo Paint to this platform, so you can open, edit, save images inside this platform. There's lots of different kind of tools. For example, there's calculator, camera, there's calendar, there's your documents, images, upload, tasks, groups. You can create groups, you can be part of the groups. There's a chat, there's a conference tool, so you can have a conference with if you, for example, have group work. There's a messaging system. So we tried a lot of things, but it's still a little bit too complicated, like you can see. But yeah, if you have any questions, it was so much fun to come here and talk about mobile learning. I still think that there's a lot to do with mobile learning and e-learning, but thank you very much, and if you have any questions, I would be glad to answer.